Next on Worcester News tonight, before Memorial Day, family and friends visit their loved ones while others work to clean up memorials. Plus, in an effort to end childhood poverty, Red Nose Day looks to raise money for charities. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. The Massachusetts House of Representatives passes an extreme risk gun bill law late Wednesday night. It would allow for the temporary removal of firearms from people who are considered high risk. But with all of the recent school shootings and threats, some lawmakers are worried it may not be enough. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now to explain. Chandler?
Olivia, recently there have been multiple threats against schools in central Massachusetts. And though the Massachusetts Police Chiefs Association supports the bill, superintendents I spoke to today say they have mixed feelings.
Area schools are paying more attention to what their students are doing on social media.
With the recent events, everyone has that heightened awareness.
There were possible online threats this week at Quabog Regional High School and Clinton High School. In Clinton, a parent reported the post, allowing the school to take quick action.
We were able to attempt to meet with the student as soon as the student arrived at the building in the morning.
Clinton Police Chief Mark Loverger says reporting troubling social media posts is the key to preventing more serious incidents like school shootings. He says there have been red flags with every incident.
These people just don't keep it all to themselves. They plan these things out. They talk about it with other students or they rant on social media.
Supporters of a red flag bill or extreme risk protection order say it could prevent school shootings. The bill, which passed in the House, would allow family or police to petition a judge to take guns away from someone who could be a threat to themselves or others. Opponents of the bill say it doesn't address mental health concerns.
Other than taking their guns away, the only thing you're really doing is you're handing them a pamphlet and sending them home.
State Rep Paul Frost says the bill wouldn't prevent school shootings and doesn't solve the problem.
What can we do to help them, and what can we do to get them off the streets possibly, and what can we get to do to prevent them from wanting to hurt and kill other people?
Clinton's Superintendent Stephen Meyer says school safety can be improved if students who post concerning things on social media reach out for help.
Maybe some of the things that they're posting on social media are essentially, cries for help. Because maybe they don't know where else to go.
The bill now moves on to the Senate. Representative Frost hopes at the very least amendments are added to address mental health. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
And according to Clinton Police, the high school student posted possible threats on social media. They say 18-year-old Nathan Steele ran to another part of the school when police tried to talk to him. After they took him into custody, they searched his home on Chestnut Street. Officers seized a gun, ammunition, a crossbow, drugs, and more than $15,000 in cash. Police say he did not have a license to own the gun and it does not belong to his parents. He's being held without bail pending a dangerousness hearing next Thursday. Despite higher gas prices, this Memorial Day weekend is expected to be one of the busiest traveling holidays in 13 years. According to AAA Northeast, close to 1.9 million New England residents are expected to travel, and 1.7 million of them will be by car. They say the busiest hours are expected to be between 4:30 to 6:30, both Thursday and Friday, and recommend avoid being on the road during those times.
Sense to use your favorite real-time traffic and weather apps and tools to gauge the real-time traffic and weather situation before you head out. Obviously, we have a beautiful day for traveling today, but that may not be the case later in the weekend.
And AAA says travel times home typically depend on the weather. They also mentioned this is the highest gas prices have been for Memorial Day since 2014. Some are preparing for Memorial Day in different ways. Inmates from the Worcester County House of Corrections spent the day Thursday cleaning one of Worcester's World War I memorials to honor those who lost their lives in war. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now with more. Rosalind?
Olivia, Sheriff Lou Evangelitis says it gives inmates a chance to get out and help the community. Meanwhile, others spent the time visiting their loved ones at Hope Cemetery. Philip Economou cleans up around his father's grave at Hope Cemetery.
Beat the Memorial Day rush.
His father served in the military during the Korean War.
He thinks of his days in the military very fondly.
He wasn't the only one preparing for the holiday. Paul Gunnarsson wanted to make the Tatnick Square World War I Memorial look respectful.
People throw their coffee cups out, they throw their scratch tickets out.
Gunnarsson is the president of the Tatnick Neighborhood Association and took over the maintenance of the memorial in the 90s. He reached out to Worcester County Sheriff Lou Evangelitis for help.
We found the inmate crews to get over here immediately and get this cleaned up and beautiful full Memorial Day.
The memorial is dedicated to all the veterans from the Tatnick area, but especially Private Herbert Whitaker, who made the ultimate sacrifice during World War I.
Honoring this private who gave his life, for our country in World War I, and then to keep this monument alive, letting people know that this is who we are as Americans and this is what Memorial Day is all about.
Inmates planted flowers and dug out the weeds. Billy has been in jail for 4 years. He says it gives him purpose.
I've taken a lot from the community, so just to give back a little bit feels good.
Gunnarsson says he is overwhelmed by the support.
This Memorial Day, when the thousands of cars that pass by here every day drive by, once again, as they have for the last 27 years, they'll look at this and go, wow.
And Economou says all veterans should be recognized for their service.
My father was a very, very proud veteran, and he would be happy to see these flags.
Now, Worcester has a number of events in observance of the holiday, including a wreath-laying ceremony at the Massachusetts Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Swimming and boating on Lake Quinsigamond in Worcester is back open to the public. The city says as of late this morning, tests showed the bacteria levels in the lake were safe. A ban had been in place since Tuesday. A blocked sewer line affected homes and caused a minimal overflow into the lake. There is no longer a threat to the public health. The USDA and the Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation say they are making steady progress towards the elimination of a destructive tree pest. The Asian longhorned beetle causes irreversible damage to many hardwood trees. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service is sending people door to door to conduct tree inspections in quarantined areas. They ask you to allow officials to access trees on your property. Currently, almost 300 square miles are under quarantine for the beetle in the U.S. 110 of those square miles are in Worcester County, including all of the city of Worcester. And new construction is beginning in Sutton on a former soccer practice field. It's part of some big changes that are coming to the area. The Pleasant Valley Crossing shopping area will be getting an additional 20,000 square foot retail space. Construction crews could be seen clearing up trees and debris on the field Thursday. Galaxy Development owns the land and says the building will be home to an indoor children's play area and an outpatient health facility. President Michael O'Brien says the spot right off of Route 146 is the perfect location.
Fortunately, when we got the property and all the road improvements that were done on Route 146 and had a grocery store lined up, so now it's a destination location for several people that visit it 2 or 3 or 4 times a week. And that helps bring in other tenants, which it has done for us.
O'Brien hopes the new retail space will open by the end of this year. Galaxy Development also owns an open field adjacent to the Market 32 grocery store. O'Brien says he has big plans for the area. You may have noticed an unusual accessory on some people today, but it's all for a good cause. Red Nose Day aims to end childhood poverty by raising money for local organizations. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us live now to explain. Brittany?
Olivia, the Worcester County Food Bank receives thousands of dollars every year for Red Nose Day. And even though it may look funny, it's spreading a powerful message.
It may look silly. There you go. But on this day, the meaning behind wearing a red nose is a serious one.
It's a charity that, through comic relief, they raise money to help children who are poor.
Red Nose Day aims to raise awareness and funds to help children in need. The millions of dollars raised every year go to local charitable organizations like the Worcester County Food Bank.
We've gotten significant donations each year. For every dollar we get, we can distribute $4 worth of food, so it really multiplies up to a lot a lot of money and a lot of food that gets distributed in Worcester County.
A third of the people the food bank feeds are children. Director of Development Naomi LeBlanc says children shouldn't have to worry about their next meal.
Children, of course, can't work for themselves, and they didn't ask for the situation that they might have been put in. What we want to do is just make it easier on the families who are struggling.
Would you want your child to be without a meal?
The Worcester County Food Bank receives thousands of dollars every year from Red Nose Day and say those funds are crucial.
We could not do what we do without donations from the community. Hunger and childhood hunger in particular still is an issue that we need to be bringing our voices to.
The bank says 1 in 8 local children worry about their next meal, and these noses make a big difference. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.